just a little follow-up. Obviously I'm home now. I've replaced all the tape with ordinary packing tape, parcel tape, whatever you want to call it, silo tape, clear tape, and wrapped it round so it should stick to itself. Done that front and back. I've replaced the little rubber bands that were round here with cotton soaked in super glue, so those top bits are now fixed. I haven't done anything about those rubber bands. I don't like them, but it does mean you can slide it backwards and forwards to adjust the centre of gravity. So I might just make sure I've got some spares. I should think the old loom bands would be about the right size for that. But it still rocks around, which means we've got this going on, which is a bit of a pain. And the other option is to actually glue that in place now so it's fixed. And then have to add weight or something to it to change the centre of gravity. Yeah, not sure what to do to stop that. Just more rubber bands would hold it a bit tighter. I'll think about that, but we might get another flight out of it, that's the thing. But normally, well, as we saw, the tape that was on it didn't even last the day before it started coming loose again. I don't expect that tape will last much longer, but it should give it a possibility of a second life and a second flight. I was just looking at this mounting bracket, whatever you want to call it, and realise it's got a line right up the middle of it. That's the moulding line, and that's what it's actually rocking around on when it's on top of the wooden fuselage. So I reckon if I file that flat, it shouldn't rock around so much then. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean that up, and that might help as well. Right, I've rubbed down that ridge that was on the bottom there. It's still tending to tilt that way, but I think that's also a twist in the wood. So what I can do there is try and twist it back and hold it there for a while to try and get it to settle in a bit of a twist the other way. The other thing you might notice I've done is I've replaced the rubber bands there with heat shrink tubing. I'll still put the rubber bands on, but that grips it in place. I haven't over tightened the heat shrink. I've warmed it up a bit so it's squeezed up a bit, but I can still slide this forwards and backwards. You might notice I put a black line on there. That's the 8.5mm from the front that it told us to use in the instructions when I didn't have anything to measure with. I don't know if you can make out little notches there. I just guessed centimetre distances. I actually ended up about there, so I was almost a whole centimetre too far back. So we are going to have to try flying this again, just to see if it flies any better. Further forwards like that. That reduces the nose weight or increases the tail weight, depending on which way you look at it. But yeah, we'll have to have another go.